Well, been in the hospital again. This time I wasn't in there but 3 days, but I was more afraid this time than I've ever been. See my little Purdy's? I don't know why I ain't took them off yet. The yellow one means I tend to fall. I'm a fall risk. The green one, I don't know what that green one means. Then of course this other one is my name and all that stuff. But let's see, okay. I was home last Wednesday night, so I watched Survivor Wednesday night. Then I couldn't go to sleep, and I don't mean I never dozed or anything. I couldn't sleep all night long, and I even got up and watched some movies and stuff on YouTube. I just could not sleep. And then Thursday, long about 4 or 5 o'clock Thursday afternoon, I got tired, and I laid down to take a nap or sleep, and anyway, sometime between the time I laid down to sleep and 9 o'clock Thursday night, my grandson had come in there to ask me something, and if I'm asleep, he usually just wakes me up. And he couldn't wake me, and from what I'm told, he was trying to get me up, and he seen there was something wrong, and I swear I was trying to get up. I was totally confused. I couldn't talk. I couldn't move, and I recall my daughter and my other 2 grandsons standing over me and hollering at me and pop, pop, pop. And I thought I was after I started to come around a little bit, I thought I still couldn't move. I thought I was having a stroke. And anyway, excuse me, the paramedics come, and they immediately thought I was real low sugar or something, but they found out real quick that wasn't it. And anyway, my room is my bedroom is small. They couldn't maneuver in there with a stretcher or anything, and they managed to get me in a wheelchair of some kind and take me outside to the ambulance. And they admitted me to the hospital that night, and they run all kind of tests on me, and and CAT scan, MRI, and some blood work and some neurological tests, and they couldn't find anything wrong other than I was severely dehydrated. And I understand now that a person my age, if you really, really get dehydrated, you're prone to zoning out, so to speak. And that's the only thing that they could come up with. So anyway, I was in there part of Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and I come back home on, was it Friday that I come home? I think it was Friday that I come home. It don't say on my thing there, but yeah. Anyway, Friday and Saturday, when I come home Friday, I slept some. Saturday I slept all day. I didn't even go online or nothing. But that's what's been going on, man. That's why I ain't putting no videos up. I thought I'd get out here today and make a video, but I got some things I want to do that I want to make a video of, but I'll for sure make one tomorrow morning. I have never had my health get in the way of me doing what I want to do. But it's sure working on me now. And they had a problem, you know, when they put the IVs in, they got to find that vein or whatever to stick. And they had a super hard time getting IVs in me, and they had two different ones in that blowed out. I don't know if you know, I don't really understand what happens, but it blows them out, it starts leaking or something. And on that third one, the nurse asked me, said, have you ever had a PICC line? And I said, no ma'am, I've not, and I sure hope I never have to. She said, well, we can't find a vein to get this this IV. Yeah, we may have to run a PICC line, because they had me on antibiotics because of my leg. And so this was the nurse leader that's in charge of the nurses on the floor. And she said she couldn't find one, and she told my nurse, and my nurse come in there and she found one. But boy, my wrist is mangled up pretty bad from being stuck. They was calling me hard stick because it was hard for them to stick a needle in my veins. But other than that, I feel good. Boy, I feel good. I'm still a little bit tired, but I got to get out here and I still ain't got my mess cleaned up. Because I was only out of the hospital just barely 2 weeks when I went back in this time. My daughter said, cut these off. I said, well, maybe I ought to leave them on for the next trip. But I hope there ain't no next trip. But what is that I smell? Oh, that's that WD-40. Ooh. But I was so zoned out when I went to the hospital, I didn't even think to ask for my camera or any of that stuff, and I figured I went to a different hospital this time, and boy, it was a whole lot better for the food anyway. This hospital, they got this big old menu, looks like it's a restaurant menu, laying up there on your table, and there's a woman or a man comes by twice a day, and they're not dressed in like scrubs or anything like that. They're in like a waiter's or waitress uniform with a tie and all that stuff. They come in there and they got that, you pick that menu up, you show them what you want. And it's good food. It is good food. And I was just blown away by that, because across the street, that other hospital, the food was so terrible, and it was a pork-free diet and all that stuff, and no shellfish. And the first meal that I ate there on Friday, I guess. Let's see, I was in there on Friday. That I ate at lunch was shrimp. Blue, don't you go outside. And it was shrimp. It's almost something like shrimp scampi. I mean, it was delicious. And every meal I ate there was good. There won't no fake pork sausage or fake bacon or fake eggs. Oh, it was real food. The hash brown potatoes taste like hash brown potatoes. I didn't even have to salt them. So I was just amazed at the way they're running that. And my room, my window, I could look out across the road over there and see that other hospital. I was being kind of dirty, nasty, whatever you want to call it, but I was sitting there eating that first meal. It was so good, and I couldn't resist. I shot them a bird. I was at the window, you know, of course they couldn't see it. I wish they could have. The chef over there anyway. And one of the nurses, I was telling one of the nurses how good the food was. She said, well, I sure wish you'd tell the chef, because he gets a lot of complaints. I told her, I said, well, if somebody complains, send them across the street. Then watch them complain. That was the best hospital food I've ever eaten. First time I've been in that hospital. But no place like home, though. But owing to what happened to me, I was nervous about going to sleep then too. I'm like, I haven't got a clue, you know, what happened. I do now. But it wasn't a stroke, it wasn't a seizure, it was just being so dehydrated that it does something to an old person's body, I guess. And since then, I've had other people tell me the same thing, that can cause that. But at any rate, I'll post this. Ain't much to look at or see. I will be doing stuff tomorrow. I may be able to do something this afternoon, but I'm going to go ahead and get this one up for you. And I appreciate everybody. So, till the next video.